Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another solo leveling Arise video, and this is going to be an in-depth guide for pretty much every hunter. I just wanted to make this video because I got some requests recently to talk about which artifact sets are best on each hunter. Now there is one hunter that I'm missing, so I'll just have to tell you guys about that kind of separately. I have every SSR hunter except for Silver Moon. So sorry I don't have him even on my pay to win. He's been elusive. I've done a lot of summons. I actually just uploaded a video before this trying to summon him so I could do this video more properly, but still wasn't able to get him. So kind of sad about that, but either way I'll get into all these artifact sets for you guys for all these different hunters. And so yeah, let's just jump in. So the first one is Emma. I think most people have Emma. I don't think the game gives you her for free. I could be wrong, but I think most people do have her. I like using the Destroyer set on her. There's one other set that you could go. I like the Destroyer set because I use her in most of my fights. She's kind of like my strongest hunter. I have her A5. So she's just going to give me that power gauge, which is really nice. But if you don't use the Destroyer set, the other set that is very good is going to be, well, you could go the break set, which is the new set from Workshop of Brilliant Light. But if you don't have that one, you could also go the Holy set, Noble Sacrifice. She scales off HP, so she's going to do more damage. She's going to increase your team's damage. So I would either say Destroyer, Noble, or the Burning Greed. So those are probably the three that I would use. One of those three. And then Aquamarine, I think that's just a must. You should be going Aquamarine on Emma. You could go Behemoth, and there's a couple others that are okay, but Aquamarine is just going to be the best on her. Moving over to Seo, she does a decent amount of shield stuff, I believe, so I am using the Guardian set on her. I think she also scales off HP. Let me double check. She does scale off HP, so you could also use the set I just mentioned, which is the Holy set. But I like the shield that I get from her, so I'm just using what is this, like the Guardian set. So I think those are probably the two that you could use on her. She also does break damage as well, so again, the newer set, if you have it, Workshop of Brilliant Light, this is okay on her. Well, it's actually, good on her because it's just one of the better sets. It's higher level, but if you don't have it, then these other ones I just mentioned are pretty good. Now I am using Behemoth on her. I think that this is very strong on Seo. There's some other okay ones, but she doesn't scale off attack, so you're not going to use any of the attack ones. Like, you're not going to use Expert, you're not going to use the Red Eye set or whatever that's called. So Behemoth is probably your way to go, in my opinion. There is the new Hunter. I actually just did a guide on her, so I think just use the crit set. That's toughness, I believe, and the Behemoth. I'm not going to tell you too much about that. I think those are probably the better sets on her. Moving over to Cha, there is actually one other way you can build Cha. Now I think toughness again is probably the best way to go for Cha because she scales off crit mostly, so go toughness no matter what. But for the right hand side, there's a couple of variables here. For some reason I like the expert set, but it's just my personal preference. Instead of expert though, you could go with the champion set. This is also pretty good on her as well. I would really say it's up to your personal preference. You could do some testing if you want, even if you want to take some time to test things out and see which one does more damage. Really up to you guys. And it also maybe depends on the substats too. So take a look at that. Make sure you're getting her crit damage, her attack, all that good stuff. So yeah, that's what I would say for Cha. Moving on to Alicia, I am using the Destroyer set on her because I'm never really going to use Emma and Alicia at the same time, but I do happen to use one or the other because, for example, Egress and Encore, or not Egress, sorry, Cerberus and Encore, I use Alicia, but of course you're not going to use Emma for that fight. So just up to you guys and your preference. She does scale off attack and also crit rate, so if you're not going to go Destroyer, you could just go Toughness, which again, that would be just the crit set right here. Now there is the new sets here. I'm forgetting which one you might want to go. I think the Burning Curse set. This one just increases damage. This is really good on Alicia, so you should be going this as well. I just don't have that much of the gear. I'm still working on farming it, but I would probably switch over to this eventually once I get some better stuff. So yeah, that's what I would say for Alicia. And then on the right hand side, I love Viridescent on Alicia. She's going to output a lot more damage. It does increase her mana consumption, but at the end of the day, the damage is very important. So I like Viridescent. I think that's kind of like a must. I'm not really going to mention the other sets too much on her. So I think that you should just try to go Viridescent if you can. Then moving over to Baek. I actually need to change his gear around a little bit. What I want to do is I want to switch him over again to the Bryn and Greed set. He does break damage, so I'm eventually going to switch him over to this. I'm only using this set because it has very good substats. Let me go back here, sorry. I have like some insane substats for Baek here, but I am going to switch him over pretty soon. And then Behemoth is another good set, of course, for Baek. If you don't go Behemoth, I think you could also go maybe Viridescent, but I think Behemoth is probably a little bit better, in my opinion. The other set is he does scale off defense, I believe. So just try to get as much defense and crits. So you could actually go toughness technically. You could go again this set right here, but up to you, as I just mentioned. Now for Meilin, this is a support character, so you really only have two options with Meilin. She scales off HP and crits. I like the Destroyer set here for support, but if you don't go Destroyer, you could also go again the Noble Sacrifice. So she doesn't need the attack, and she scales off HP, so she can buff your team if you use the Holy set. But I like the power gauge. That's just my personal preference from Destroyer. And then Aquamarine, I think that this is another good set to go. This, because she pairs very well with Alicia. So when you tag out, she's going to be increasing Alicia's attack damage, which is very, very good. So I really like the Aquamarine sets on Meilin. Moving on to Bora. I'm using the one-hit kill set. Now actually I have a little bit of a mismatch here. I think I can improve Bora quite a bit. I don't have her built out the best I could. The other thing you could go again is the newer set, which would be Curse. This is going to be very good on her, so I would try to get this if possible. If not, you could either go one hit kill. You could even go the Destroyer set maybe if you don't really have it on your other hunters. I'm using Red Eye on her because she does scale off attack. If you don't use Red Eye, I think the Expert set is also decent on her. So yeah, either the Champion, which is Red Eye, or you could go what I just mentioned, Expert set would also be pretty good on her, I think as well. And then I think we're kind of already over halfway. We'll just kind of finish up here with the last few hunters. Jinchul does break damage. He's not the best breaker in the game, but he's not horrible either. He's kind of somewhere in the middle. I like using the Solid Analysis. Again, once you get the Burning Greed, you should probably switch over to that. And then I'm using Skeleton, or I'm using Berserker on him. I think I might switch this over. Oh man, because he scales off defense and defense pen. I think Behemoth is pretty good actually. But again, up to you guys. Whatever you have, try to just make do and do your best with it. I think I was using Skeleton just because I got some defense rolls on here, but yeah. Moving on to Lim. I'm using the one hit kill. I really like one hit kill on Lim. Some of his abilities really scale with the set here, especially his ultimate. So if you want to just go ahead and quickly read through that, I think it's really insane and scales really well with the one hit kill set. So I would just say use this no matter what on Lim. I don't think he's really that good with anything else. Now he does scale off attack. So maybe, let me double check here. You could go Solid Foundation, but I think one hit kill is going to be better. And then Behemoth, just go Behemoth, no questions asked. I think that's probably the best set on him. And then where am I at here? Lim, he supports, so you can either go with the Guardian, which increases shield, or again, the Holy. I actually have kind of like a mismatch here. I think I might switch him over to fully Holy. That was kind of funny sounding, but I might go Holy all the way with all 4 set pieces. But again, you're going to want to actually use the Blessing set once you get it. This is going to be insane. So I am going to switch him over to this very shortly. And then Aquamarine, I think this is also very good on him because just tagging out increases your team's damage. I think you could also go with no, I think that's actually it. I was gonna say one of these other sets, but he doesn't really do any damage. Now, of course, you'll want to use this blessing as well once you get it, the blessing set from the Workshop of Brilliant Light. Then we just have, I think, 3 last ones because I'll talk about Silver Moon last, just because again I don't have them. For Hwang Dong-soo here, he scales off defense and does wind damage. He's honestly not the best hunter in the game, but I did try to build him to do as much damage as possible just to try to make him useful, basically. So I'm going one hit kill on the left, and I'm also going Viridescent on the right. I don't really want to talk about him too much, honestly. Just try to do the best you can with Hwang Dong-soo. He's not the best hunter. He's okay, but yeah, I think that kind of sums it up. And then for Choy, oh man, I haven't used Choy in so long. I don't really use him that much, so I don't really have him very updated. This is probably like what I did to him like a month ago. So maybe don't take my word for Choy right now. He does attack damage. So once you get the Burning Curse set, you could put it on Choy if you have some extra pieces just laying around. If you farm the Workshop of Brilliant Light, you know, very well. Then you can throw that on him. Otherwise, you can either go Destroyer just to help your team. You could go one hit kill, just do a little bit more damage. And then Viridescent, I think, is probably the way to go. Or Aquamarine. So I would say either Viridescent or Aquamarine. Those are probably the 2 best ones for Choy. And then for Silver Moon, I'm trying to think really quickly. I looked him up and I was checking out what he did. I think the best set for Silver Moon probably is going to be the Solid Foundation set. I think he scales off attack. So yeah, I would look up a guide on him. Once I do get Silver Moon, I'll just make my own separate video on him. And then I think on the right hand side for the jewelry, you guys could probably go, ooh, I don't know, maybe Behemoth, maybe even Skeleton. Yeah, I don't know. You guys can probably, you know, do your own testing with Silver Moon. Sorry, I don't have them unlocked, so my apologies for that. But I do want to wrap up the video here, guys. Sorry if I kind of rambled on, but I did try to do my best to help you guys out with just some of the general artifacts you should use. But of course, for most of these hunters, I've also done individual playtest guides on these, more in depth, like their skills and their abilities and what they do and their impact on the game. So feel free to, you know, scroll through my channel, check those out if you want to as well. And appreciate all the love and support. If you do like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. So take care and peace.